Oh, wait, hold on. Robbie, would you just play? Welcome back, everyone. That's going to be good. Yeah, that's good. We're not ready.
We're live.
We're live? Oh, this is how fun these things are. Go ahead, Robbie. Let's pretend we're not live. Welcome back, everyone.
Smooth. Really
Wasn't that
smooth.
good? I know.
Was smooth.
Welcome to the second half of our Global True Center Cabaret Telethon, where you become a star whatever you are doing in the world, because there's no business like show business. Like no business, I know.
There were many late nights I used to watch Jerry Lewis. You know, they'd cut back and he'd be smoking and just like, it's like, Jerry, we're live. And he'd be like, we're live. We're live what? It's like, you're on. The cameras are rolling, Jerry.
Yesterday they told you you would not go far. That night you opened and what?
There you are, sitting on this couch, raising money for you.
Thank you, Robbie. Okay, so as I promised, back in 1983, I was touring the country in a show called 42nd Street. And my best friend at the time got sick. And I didn't know none of us knew what he got sick from. And I took at that point we were in Boston. And so I would get up in the morning and fly to New York City to visit Jason. And no one knew what it was, but I remember the first day I got up and I flew there and they put me in a spacesuit to go in to see him. He was one of the first people, he was the first person I knew who had AIDS. And he died very quickly. And this was my dearest friend who I lived with, young, sweet, 24-year-old, beautiful, talented, right at the beginning of his career. And for most of us in the gay and lesbian community, we didn't know what was hitting us. We had no idea what this was, this thing. And it was my first awareness of it. But then I had to go back to 42nd Street that night and, sing and dance. And it was really difficult. And so I decided then that I would write my first musical called The Dreamer and the Runner. And I would write it about my own life, but really about Jason. And so I wrote this musical called The Dreamer and the Runner. But I couldn't bring myself to being totally honest, because at that time I wasn't totally honest with who I was. So I took the male character and turned it into a female character. And so the show got produced right away in San Francisco, of all places. And it was a heterosexual musical about a guy dying of cancer, which is the part I played. And then one of the greatest producers of all time, who had produced all of, who's the comic writer? Neil Simon, all of Neil Simon's plays, and he had produced a lot of Tennessee Williams plays, brilliant producer, came to see the show and called me out to his house in Russian River in San Francisco. And he said, your musical is a lie. I said, what do you mean? He goes, that should be two men up there. You may have changed it to a woman, but it's clearly two men. He said, and why would you write a musical that wasn't honest? Well, the funny thing was, the producer of that musical was sitting with me at this meeting. And I said, I don't know, I just didn't think it was time. He said, it's only going to be time when you decide it's time. And so I changed it. I went back to my original story. The producer quit, dropped the option, and wasn't going to produce a gay musical. But his assistant said, I'll take it. She bought the option and brought it to New York. And then I changed the title, and it was called An Unfinished Song. And it was a story about two men, Kevin and I, two men who meet in college. I am this crazy, outgoing songwriter, singer, dancer, actor, theater person, and he's this incredibly handsome lawyer, studying to be a lawyer. And they fall in love, and he gets a great career. They go to New York. He's writing musicals. He's in a law firm. He's doing great, and they're about to make him partner, but he's totally closeted at work, and no one knows he's gay. And we have this unfortunate scene where we decide we're going to not stay together because they've asked him to move to Chicago to take over the law firm in Chicago. And I say, I'll go, but only if they know who I am. And he can't do it. So he moves to Chicago, I stay in New York, and then I get cancer. And then 5 years later, I'm in the midst of, it's not like 2 years later. I'm starting to get sick. And I show up at friends in Los Angeles, and they bring him too, and they trick us. They think no one knows I have cancer yet. And there's this beautiful scene at the end of the play where he's saying, I'm ready to... I was so good in the show. Because I was so emotional. Even now, just telling you the story, I can feel that last scene. And I'm just about to tell him that I have stage 4 cancer and that it's going to be devastating, because if you were gay in the 1980s and you had cancer, you had AIDS whether you did or not. No one would think anything but that if you were gay. So as I'm thinking, I'm about to tell him this, he says to me, it can't happen right away. I still need some time. And the lights go dim, and I go into a dream sequence where I say, I don't have time. And I sing the title song called An Unfinished Song. So that's the story. And the story actually starts with Worth, the character's name, coming back to New York City to help clear out his apartment. He has already died. And the whole show is a flashback. It's really a beautiful show, and it's very funny. It has some great humor. And the great Beth Level, who has won 2 Tony Awards and is one of the biggest stars on Broadway, she was the woman in that show. And we will do it at some point. We keep threatening to do a stage reading of it here now, but Kevin and I are like 50 years too old for our parts, but I'm casting it, so who cares? So this is one of the first songs in the show, and it's when they're about to go to New York City. They're both graduating college, and they're about to go to New York City, and Michael is asking him to commit to living with him. And he says yes. And then he grabs his guitar. In Australia, he grabs his guitar naked. In New York City, he just grabs his guitar and he sings this. My boundaries haven't been crossed in a very long time. My childhood all but lost in a vague, forgotten rhyme. Never to know where to find what I've lost, when in fact I'm much too inclined to ignore what I need, ignore what I see. For all I've been able to be is a man whose boundaries haven't been crossed till a very short time ago. My fantasies tossed aside now begin to show me that only a touch and walls fall down around me. A touch in so much of life now astounds me. You've brought me, taught me how to feel you, see you through my boundaries. You've shattered my defenses and opened up a part of me that I could never see looking through my boundaries. You've opened up my boundaries. We're crossing boundaries. My boundaries haven't been crossed in a very long time. Unlike Patti LuPone, I don't sing and cry well at the same time. Yes. So how'd that feel, hearing that again? As a much older me.
Just like yesterday. I think it would be fun for us to do. I've been all about our doing the stage reading of this, so I don't think anyone would care that we're supposed to be our 30-year-old selves, so clearly it's been a few years, but it's really a very romantic, spectacular show, and there's just so much humor and fun and life in it, and you just have to commit to doing it, so why don't you be spontaneous and do that?
I'll do that, yes. The funny thing is that there's a line in the show, and I say to the female character, I say, "Do I look 33?" She says, "Do I look 35?" I go, "Yes." She goes, "You look 33." Now I'd have to say, "Do I look 70?" Except that wouldn't work. But I'll get a big laugh either way. Okay, I'm going to leave you to it.
All right. I'm going to have a little chat time with you, which will be fun. James is going to prepare for an upcoming moment, and
Yes.
I figured this will be a fun time to
Raise money. Just raise money.
I'm raising money. This is what I'm doing here. Thank you for directing me as you walk out the door. I do. The nice thing is I get to switch to the important chair while he's preparing. I already said in the first part, and I've been really traveling for the last few weeks. I was back in Philadelphia. We were doing 44. That was very exciting to have that opportunity. And we have so many exciting projects coming up as we look to 25. So just giving you, I've 2 shows that are happening in Texas coming up in 25. We will be back with Bells Are Swinging. So stay tuned for that in early 25. 44 is moving on to a wonderful production locally here, and then not sure what's going to happen after that with it. So there's very exciting things. But for me, the most amazing part is always going away but coming back. And I know that is something many of us do. We travel, we go out, we do things, but we come back. And I find myself, when I'm away for an extended period of time, and, Marilyn travels, it's the coming back to this community and how much it means to me and how much I miss it, both here and I know there are friends watching from our Palm Springs community. So many of the folks in Palm Springs, of course, are, original members of this center who have now migrated that way, and that's quite a large number, but also the new friends and family we've made in Palm Springs. So, to say nothing, I know she's already donated, so if Tina G is still watching from Arlington, I got to see Tina in Philadelphia. So I find when I'm out traveling, and in Chicago and other places, I get to see our global family really probably even more than James does, because I'm the one who's traveling more. And that is exciting to know the impact that we are really having on people who then stay part of this family no matter where they go or where they first start to join us from. We have folks in Florida. one of the students James has is in London right now. So it is a global community, and the point of this telethon is to support all of what we do. Our online services, our global outreach, both to Guatemala and Karen Wright and everything that they do, Marilyn's work in the world, and also locally. We have taken a wonderful moment to support our local community. So please, do everything you can today. This is an extra special thing we're doing today with this telethon. We need you to help put us over the top. All right. There's my pitch. And now we have a very... Thank you, Susan. You'll be up here soon enough. We have a very special guest today. This guest has been part of our lives for James and I literally for decades. I first met her in the 1980s. She's a brilliant actress, performer, humanitarian. She hails from Long Island, and she's really one of a kind. So I want you to give a rousing welcome to the wonderful Rose Lichter. Hello, Rose. Oh my, look at you. Did you bring that fur coat all the way from Long Island?
Darling, I wear this coat everywhere.
I know. I've seen you wearing it in the dead of
May
summer.
I sit?
Oh, please do. Please do, Rose. You don't age. I met you 40 years ago. You don't look a
darling,
day
you
older.
should never say 40 years ago. I was not born 40 years ago.
No, I understand. You never ask a lady her age, although I know everyone is always curious as to what that might be. I mean,
I am ageless.
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 All right, but I could pick
Right,
you.
ladies? We're ageless. Susan Edwards Martin, we are ageless.
All right, Rose, you are.
I saw her when she did that play on Broadway with Harvey Finkelstein. It was called, what was it called? The Torch of Inequity, something like that. The Equity Torch Strikes Again. It's
think
fabulous.
it was called Torch Song Trilogy, actually, Rose.
All right, if you say so.
But yes, Susan was part of that production, wasn't she?
So what are we here to talk about today? Isn't it about me?
We're really here to talk about you and
Yes,
your
of course.
career.
We're here to showcase. First of all, I am Rosalind. I'm Rosalind. I am Rose Lichter from Roslyn Heights, Long Island. I am the founding director of the Roslyn Heights Players.
I've seen many of your shows there.
I know. We have a brand new show this year.
Oh, what is it? A new play or new musical?
Well, we're doing Cats.
Cats.
Yes.
You're doing Cats.
Cats.
But wait.
I will be playing Grisabella.
Okay. First of all, this is a revival of the Andrew Lloyd Webber?
No, I don't think so. No, I think this is a brand new idea.
A brand new idea.
Yes.
Well, okay. Well, as we know, titles are not able to be copywritten. So indeed,
correct.
You could be doing a show called Cats, plural.
Well, actually, it's called Cat.
Just Cat.
Just Cat.
Cat.
It's a one-woman show.
A one-woman show called Cat.
I will be playing Grisabella in Cat.
I see. Well, that makes it simple for you, doesn't it, Rose?
It does.
Just a one-woman show about
One-woman
Cat.
show called Cat.
Now the Andrew Lloyd Webber musical used all the wonderful poetry as source material. Is this an original story about a cat? Your own cat, perhaps?
It's about an old cat, but I'm going to outgrow the cat within the story of the cat.
Of
but
course.
it's about an older cat who is at her last stages of life. It's very sad.
Okay, it sounds very much like the Andrew Lloyd Webber, but we won't go there. Do you have a song that you sing as part of this?
Yes, many songs.
Many songs.
Beautiful songs.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Do you any that you can offer up today, even a little snippet?
No, they're being written for me as we speak.
I see.
Because I have a very distinctive key that I sing in.
You have a big range.
No.
No, you do not have a
No,
big range.
I have a one range. I sing in. But I've used it in all the shows. You know, when we did Gypsy, I played Mama Rose.
I saw that production.
You did?
I did.
Were you not mesmerized?
I was... mesmerized is a word.
The Roslyn Heights Gazette said, "Not since Merman."
It did say that. I wonder what the reviewer actually meant when they said "not since Merman."
I don't know, because he refused to review it. He just said "not since Merman."
That's right.
I knew what he meant.
Yes, you
Not
did.
since Merman have you seen. And then, did you see when we did what was called The King and I?
I missed it, but I did hear about it. I think I was confused because I didn't understand the title.
It was very controversial. You see, we cast this little man as the king. He was really our only choice. And he was just, I don't want to say anything negative about him, but he was like really, he was awful. He was just awful.
Well, you had him fired. Isn't that the way the story goes?
No. Well, I tried to, but there was no one else, so we kept him. So he played the king and I. But then I went to the producers and I said, because you know I have power there. I founded the company, and I said, Herschel, if we're going to do this and we're going to sell tickets, we need to look at the title, because it's called The King and I.
Right. The I
But,
was the problem.
right. So I said we need to get rid of the king, and we just need to call it I, starring Rose Lichter. And
So-
that's what we did.
Right,
And
I-
people loved it. I sang such a happy tune. It was fabulous. I sang all the songs. I sang them mostly, but I sang all of the songs, and we contemporized it.
I heard that. You saying "Getting to Know Me."
I sang Getting to... No.
I heard that's what you did. Getting to know me.
No,
getting to know all
we
about
kept the
me.
little boy in the show. I still sang Getting to Know You to that little boy who was obnoxious, but that's another story. So I sang Getting to Know You, but I sang it on a plane because we contemporized it, so we didn't have to take that long ship ride.
That's right. There was no boat.
No
They were-
boat. So I was sitting on a little plane singing Getting to Know You, and I got up and I sang to the stewardesses. It was fabulous.
Weren't you also one of the young lovers in the show? I heard you somehow switched it so that you could be part of Hello Young Love.
That was a rumor, and it was a lie. That was a lie. It never happened.
It never happened.
No. But what else did I do? I did. But you know, Broadway. We're so close to Broadway. Roslyn Heights is like right near Broadway. So we consider ourselves off Broadway.
Of course. And I see you in the social pages. You're on page 6 all the time, attending almost every opening.
I do. I go to all the openings, but I don't understand them. I mean, I see these shows on
What
Broadway.
have you seen most recently?
Well, I saw Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamgirls. That was good. I went to see La Taj Mahal,
Yeah, right.
but all the women went bald in the end, and I thought, what the hell? I had no idea what they were trying to teach us there. And then I went to see Glenn Close. She wasn't even in it.
That's right. Glenn Close was not.
Wasn't even in it. I was like, she was doing that Pepsi-Cola musical down the street. I had no idea what's happening on Broadway. Ow! And I had my agent, Sheila Rosenblum, I had her call the office that's casting the new Sunset Boulevard.
Oh my gosh, you are spit for it.
What?
You're spit for it, made for it.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
So I had them call,
as
and
you're
they said,
dressed today.
first of all, we do not take non-equity. Now, I am non-equity because I chose to be non-equity. I did not want to be a professional. I am professional, but I did not want all those rules. I mean, how could I have done I? If we were in an equity production, it wouldn't have worked. So I called and they said, she's too old.
They did not.
I am Gloria Swanson. I am so perfect for that role. And now they've got this young girl playing her with all these cameras and video scenes. And it's not the Sunset Boulevard I remember. I'm refusing to go. I am boycotting.
Can you give us a little bit of With One Look?
What's that?
Well, that's a song from Sunset Boulevard.
Oh, I don't sing Andrew Lloyd Webber songs.
Well, then, did it occur to you if you were going to do Sunset Boulevard, you would have to sing the
It
song?
occurred to me that once they cast me, we discussed the composer.
Well, you know what? You are unique in that, Rose. I don't know that anyone else would think that Lloyd Webber would agree to that.
Thank you very much.
That's
I appreciate
really
that.
Quite impressive of you.
Yes,
yes. So let's go back to Gypsy for just a second. What was your greatest experience or greatest moment in doing Gypsy? I mean, this is perhaps the most iconic role for any woman is to do.
Well,
Mama Rose.
most actresses, when they do Gypsy, they really can't wait to sink their teeth into Rose's turn at the end.
Right.
But I felt that was overstating the point, so we cut that.
You cut Rose's turn.
Yes, I just thought, we've made the point, folks. What is the point? So instead, I sang Being Alive from Company, because that seemed to me what should be sung at that moment. I was like, somebody hold me, too close.
That's amazing. I'm surprised that the authors, the creators, the licensors allowed this.
Well, in Roslyn Heights, you don't really ask, you just do.
You just do it.
Yeah, you just do it.
All right. Well,
so it's good.
And
I have a film coming out.
You have a film?
I did a college film. I played a grandmother.
A student film?
It's ridiculous. A student film. I played a grandmother. Yes, I was very good at it.
What's it about? Can you tell us?
I have no idea. I read the script, didn't understand it, so they just put me on a stool. I said their words, and I left. It's really good, really good.
Amazing. Well, do you even know the title of it? I mean,
does it really matter? I took Harvey, my husband, to see Diarrhea of a Mad Housewife. They didn't even discuss the problem. What's the point? Right? Movies mean nothing. They give you a title, it has nothing to do with what the movie's about.
Do you have a favorite actress you emulate or follow or that inspires you the most?
Clara Bell.
Clara Bell, I think that's a cow. Do you mean Clara Bow?
Oh, Clara Bell. Clara Bell is the cow in Gypsy. We cut that too. That's why I wasn't sure what I was saying. Clara Bow.
Clara Bow.
Clara Bow. She was an actress. She was a real actress.
Film star, yeah.
Yes, and that was when movies were good, when people didn't talk and screw it all up. Now they have actresses with names like Merle. Like, who names their child Merle? Merle. I mean, Rose, yes, but
do you mean
Meryl
Streep, though?
Yeah.
She has won Oscars, you know that.
Oh, Oscars. You know what the Oscars are? They are a personality contest. You buy Oscars.
Well, I suppose that's true, but I think it's undeniable how great the actress is, Meryl Streep.
I don't know. Every time I see her, she's playing some other role. She's never the same person twice. She does all these dialects, and I don't know what she's saying in some of them. I just think, no, that doesn't work for me.
The dialects bother you?
The dialects bother me. And she's never the same. I like my actresses, like Sally Field is always Sally Field. That makes me comfortable.
I understand.
Yeah.
That's really.
But we're here talking about you and your center, your spiritual center.
Well, we have been. I'm very proud. We've had all these talented people here from our spiritual center that are up here performing.
Well, I want to tell you that I am going to donate $5.
$5.
$5. Yes.
Well, that's wonderful of you.
You don't seem impressed.
Well, no, I you know what? Every amount that somebody gives to the amount that they can give is impressive.
All right, would it be better if I said $10?
Well, it's double your money. I mean,
it's $5.
Twice.
So it's $5.
Well, what about the fur coat? I mean, that fur coat. I mean,
this isn't real. If this were real, oh no, I'm very much a. What are they called? The people that take care of animals.
Are you talking about PETA?
PETA. I don't even want to tell you where my mind just went.
Yeah.
That woman you had up here, that 91-year-old who talked about sex. There's a woman who knows what she's doing.
Are you still having sex at your age? It's a fair question. I mean, that woman was Reverend Nancy Bergeron.
Yes.
She's a member of our center.
Are you asking me about that for a reason?
Well, I think people would want to know, Rose, if you're still active in that regard.
Let's put it this way. My streams are streaming. My blood is flowing. My mind is very active. And I would have to say yes to that question.
Is Harvey still with us, your husband?
Yes, but that's not what I'm talking about.
I see. Well,
Clearly. Have you met Harvey?
I have met Harvey.
Have you
on a
seen
couple-
Harvey?
I have seen. I understand what you're saying. That is, we don't live in judgment here, and I mean, you should be streaming and flowing where you need to.
Well, Mr. Bailey, I'd like to just say, please come to Roslyn Heights to see our fabulous production of Cat.
I wouldn't miss it.
There's a big song at the end that I'm so excited to really chew my teeth into, a really fabulous song. Do you know it, the song at the end of Cat?
Well, yours is original. I mean, I know the one at the end of the Lloyd Webber is a famous song called Memory.
Oh, no, memory, no, too many words and way too much range. I sing I have 3 notes. No, our last song is called Forgettable.
Forgettable?
Yes, Forgettable.
Wow.
Yeah, I sing it as they raise me up on a cherry picker, which is great. They tie me into a cherry picker and they raise me up and I just go all the way up into the ceiling and disappear. Singing Forgettable. And it's all about don't forget about me because I'm unforgettable.
That's the Nat King Cole song, but I would also like to say that what you're describing is very much like what happens in the Lloyd Webber musical Cats.
Really? I've never seen it.
You've never seen Cats?
No. When they wrote Cats Now and Forever, I thought Cats and Never. No,
well,
no. But I want to say thank you for bringing me here.
Rose,
for letting me come here.
It is always a pleasure to see you. You are indeed ageless. I won't speculate the decades that have gone by. I mean,
I appreciate that.
You really are as.
Let's say I am older than 40, but I am younger than 90.
Okay.
Somewhere in there.
There you go.
Somewhere in there, I will be an age. Just wanted to give you a little
Rose,
little sense of what I'm able to do on the stage. Yes.
Rose, what you can do and what you bring to the entire theater community is something that is inspiring. It's awesome. And for
Forgettable.
sure, it's not to be missed.
No.
Just for that unique experience that only you would bring.
Well, thank you very much. So don't forget, folks, Rose Lichter from Roslyn Heights, Long Island. Come see me in Cat, where I will be playing Grisabella. It will be something you will never forget.
Thank you, Rose. Thank you. Let's hear it for Rose Lichter.
And aren't you asking people for money?
We are asking people. Would you like to make a pitch?
Well, I think you should all pitch a lot of money for making this poor minister get up here and do this. Yes?
Well,
and I want to know, Thor, is that the guy up there? Is his name Thor?
That is his. It's like
Does he
Thor,
resemble the Thor from those movies?
Does. I've seen him with his shirt off. It's just like he is every bit like.
That's not the Thor from the movies. No.
He is the Thor.
Not. Oh, okay. But you're still cute, hon.
Thank you, Rose.
Yeah,
I think Rose is hitting on me.
Yes.
That is.
Don't you have a wife who's a
typical of
lawyer?
Rose.
I would never hit on a husband whose wife was a lawyer.
That
would be
smart.
stupid. Thank you very much.
Bye, Rose.
Thank you,
we'll
everybody.
See you soon. Oh my. Some might say the depths to which we'll stoop. But I would rather say that the character of Rose Lichter, first born somewhere in the mid-1980s, has been a favorite solo moment over the decades, and she never grows old on me. She's always got some new twist, some new show that she's always doing, and I can only say that it is that silliest part of that person who plays that character that if I'm at home and when I turn around and all of a sudden the voice comes out and I'm like, it's like either you need a drink or I've been drinking. I'm not sure which. But anyway, thank you for allowing us to have a Rose Lichter moment. And the wonderful personage of Reverend Dr. James Mellon, who plays that ineffable, indefatigable...
Did you tell them, is this this on? Yes, it is on. Did you tell them that I just burst into Rose every now and then out of nowhere?
I was just telling them, and I was saying either that usually happens when you've been drinking too much, or I wish I had been drinking too much.
But did you tell them where it came from?
I did not. I was letting you tell us,
So,
our dear friend.
One of our dear, dear friends who also passed away from AIDS. He played the boy in the Fantastics off Broadway. He starred in a number of Broadway shows. His name was Christopher Seppi. Brilliant comedian. He created Rose Lichter. And he created all those lines about Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamgirls and Glenn Close. And she wasn't even in it. He did all of those. Diarrhea of a Mad Housewife. We didn't even deal with the concept. So, but he would go on and on and on. So one...
I want to tell you. So...
Did you tell them about that?
I hadn't. So we were...
our first trip to Los Angeles.
Our first major trip together. We were in definitely the honeymoon stage. So it's like 6 months.
Honey, we're still in the honeymoon stage.
We're about 6 months into our relationship. We're taking this great trip to California. We're going to be gone for a week and a half, and Christopher is staying.
Because it was a heat wave in New York, and we had air conditioning, so we gave our apartment to Christopher, and we were at the Madonna Inn, right? We're at the Madonna Inn.
Contextually, you have to remember this is 1989.
No cell phones.
You don't have cell phones. We all still had answering machines and answering services in those days, especially if you were an actor. So we had our answering machine. And because we were driving up Route 1, like two young actors, like, quick call, I'm sure there's an audition or something from our agent.
But we were at the Madonna Inn.
We were at the Madonna
having
Inn,
lunch.
Taking lunch, and he said, I'm going to just check
I'm going to go
messages.
downstairs and call our message machine.
Check messages real fast.
And the first message came on.
Being the part.
Yeah, real fast. And you hear, hello, darling, it's Rose Lichter. The apartment's fine. Everything's going well. And then he went into, I kid you not, a 20-minute monologue.
On our answering machine.
On my answering machine.
Because he had sat down beside it and hit record.
And he just started going off, and it was hysterical. I'm like laughing and crying at the same time. Kevin comes down and knocks on the door of the phone booth. He's like, what are you doing? I was like, come here. And so we sat there in the Madonna Inn listening to 20 minutes of Rose Lichter talk to us.
And the answering machine had started with, you have 4 messages. This was the first message.
But the other 3 were like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, anyway. So we have another singer.
Do.
Yes, we do. So one of the things I like to do around here with students is make them uncomfortable. I like to really press them and let them know that there's more that they can be, more that they can do, more that they can expect and experience. So when this next singer told me that she used to be a musical comedy person, of course my thought was, well, then you need to come sing. She's like, no, I don't do that anymore. I don't. But I think after the number of classes we've put her through, that she's finally decided to get back on the horse. And I called her, I believe it was just 2 days ago, because I hadn't seen her name on my list. And I called her and I went, aren't you singing at the telethon? Oh, no, I haven't sang in so long. It would take me so long to figure something out. And I just said, you know what? Jump, you're on. And that was it. And then I got a thing back from her saying what she was singing. And here she is, Jill Mizell, to sing. Come on up, Jill. Jill, do you want to be at a stand or do you want just a handheld?
Stand, please.
Great, come on here. I'm going to put you right in the center of the stage. Okay, here we go.
Yay, Jill!
Come on up. Now, no, you're not that short.
They took my heels off.
Right. 1, 2. You're good. So, this is taking a lot for Jill to get up here and join us. So, get your dollars out. Right?
Yes.
Send money for Jill's performance because she just, no matter what I ask her to do, she just can't say no.
It ain't so much a question of not knowing what to do. I've known what's right and wrong since I've been 10. I've heard a lot of stories and I reckon they are true about how girls are put upon by men with a feller I forget. I'm just a girl who can't say no. I'm in a terrible fix. I always say, come on, let's go. Just when I ought to say nix. When a person tries to kiss a girl, I know she ought to give his face a smack. But as soon as someone kisses me, I somehow sorta wanna kiss him back. I'm just a fool when lights are low. I can't be prissy and quaint. I ain't the type that can faint. How can I be what I ain't? I can't say no. What you gonna do when a feller gets flirty and starts to talk purty? What you gonna do? Supposing that he says that your lips are like cherries or roses or berries. What you gonna do? Supposing that he says that you're sweeter than cream and he's gotta have cream or die. What you gonna do when he talks that way? Spit in his eye? I'm just a girl who can't say no. Can't seem to say it at all. I hate to disappoint a beau when he is paying a call. For a while I act refined and cool, sitting on my velveteen settee. Then I think of that old golden rule and do for him what he would do for me. I can't resist a Romeo in a sombrero and chaps. As soon as I sit on their laps, something inside of me snaps. I can't say no.
Seat. Have a seat. Take this so you can be heard. So tell us how that felt.
Oh my God. It's been a very, very, very long time.
Oh, wait, is that on?
I don't know.
1, 2.
Oh.
1, 2.
One, two. It has been, oh my gosh, 44 years since I played Ado Annie at the Thomaston Opera House in Thomaston, Connecticut.
Really?
So, yes.
That's exciting. So when I asked you and your first response was no, what did you think? Why did you say yes?
I said yes because you told me to do it and be brave, and I've been studying for so long, and it's just time. It's just time for me to be brave and do what I love.
Yeah. And I bet you can't wait to do it again now.
You know what? I can do it again now.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
yes.
aren't you
Yes.
excited now to get back up and do it sometime?
Yes, I am, and I know I need some voice lessons, Susan Edwards Martin, but it's been a long time. But it's really, really fun, and this is my happy place. And I forgot. I kind of pushed it aside, and I raised my kids, and I did other stuff.
That
and
happens.
Now it's circling back. So, yeah, a bit rusty, but I had to start somewhere.
Oh my God. And besides that, you actually brought the character to life. I mean, it wasn't Jill, it was like Ado Annie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Good.
favorite.
All right, everybody. Jill Mizell. Thank you, sweetie.
Thank you.
Was your husband watching at home?
Yes, he was.
Okay, good. Okay. Okay, so next up is a ringer, a Broadway chanteuse who's going to sing for us today. And Rose Lichter knew her because Rose saw her
in Torch Song Trilogy. I don't know why Rose can't ever get that right. In Torch Song Trilogy, where this woman created the role of the torch singer in Torch Song Trilogy. How many of you have ever seen Torch Song Trilogy? It was an amazing, well, of course you did, you were in it. It was an amazing play by Harvey Fierstein, very radical at the time for things that were done. It was a gay play, but in his head, in the gay character's head, there's this torch song, there's this singer that sings through all of his episodes of life. Don't we kind of all feel that way? Don't you walk through life and there's always a song playing in the backdraft of your head? So, please welcome to the stage, Susan Edwards Martin.
Come on up and join us here, love.
Here you go.
Hi, thank you so much.
It's all yours. What are you singing?
Thank you. The first one was Wonderful
No,
Day.
she's gonna sing.
Do you have that queued up?
Yes,
The Wonderful
they're
Day,
ready to
great.
go.
Anyway, I've been watching the telethon. I tuned in
You
at
can sit there.
a little after 10 o'clock. I had to find it. It was a little challenging to find. But anyway, all the performers and all the interviews, just wonderful. You guys
been
have
fun.
done such a great job. And I've been part of this community for many years now.
Yeah.
You know, and Karen Needle and Laura Wagner told me about, you've got to check out, oh my God, this James Mellon and Kevin Bailey and this GTC. And so I finally checked it out, and I've been here ever since.
Yes, you have.
So anyway, taking classes, spirit breath, and all this wonderful stuff. So I hope you're all sending your money in. Where am I? I'm looking over there.
Right there,
Okay.
right in the camera.
So when you asked me to sing something, you know, what's gone on this past week, don't have to talk about that too much. But my feeling was, because I have a son who was calling me so angry and mad and all this stuff. And so I'm coming up with the tools of Ernest Holmes and Science of Mind of how to respond to him. And so my choice is to choose only good feeling thoughts, you know, and to see the good in everything that's going on, no matter what.
No
So
matter what.
I thought of this next song, and anyway, so I just want to see every day as a wonderful day. So here we go. On a wonderful day like today, I defy any cloud to appear in the sky. Dare any raindrop to plop in my eye. On a wonderful day like today. On a wonderful morning like this, when the sun is as big as a yellow balloon. Even the sparrows are singing in tune. On a wonderful morning like this. On a morning like this, I could kiss everybody. I'm so full of love and goodwill. Let me say furthermore, I'd adore everybody to come and dine. The pleasure's mine, I will pay the bill. Let me take this occasion to say that the whole human race should fall down on its knees. Show that we're grateful for telethons like these, for the world's in a wonderful way. On a wonderful day like today. On a morning like this, I could kiss everybody. I'm so full of love and goodwill. Let me say furthermore, I'd adore everybody to come and dine. The pleasure's mine, I will pay the bill, or James and Kevin will pay the bill. Let me take this occasion to say that the whole human race should fall down on its knees. Show that we're grateful for centers like these, for the world's in a wonderful way. On a wonderful day, on this glorious Saturday. On a wonderful day like today.
Wow.
Thank you.
That was fabulous.
I have another one.
She brought two songs, as she should.
If there was time.
Absolutely, we're actually good. We're only 5 minutes out of my zone.
Okay.
I know, it's just terrific.
Because
So,
Rose was so amazing, and she needed time to
She
do
did.
her thing.
She
you
sure
know?
did.
She was fabulous.
you know,
in
I
every
have
way.
never done Rose Lichter, ever.
You're
I've
kidding.
never done that. That's the first time I've ever done some sort of drag, ever.
Okay, well, you did great.
I know, now I want to dress and
You
heels.
did all the drag queens proud. I
Yeah,
gotta tell
good
you.
to know.
Oh, yeah.
I'll watch it later and be like, what the? Okay, and this you're singing.
Well, I'm going to give a
Good,
little lead
good.
into it.
Do it.
Got to catch my breath first. Oh, that must have been a lot of activity points for me. Okay, good. So, anyway, so this next song, I perform a lot for different organizations. I do shows all the time and concerts. And so there was a time when people asked me, what's your favorite song? And at the time, I had just gotten married, and we adopted a little boy from Romania. And so this next song came to mind that, anyway, it'll explain itself as I do it. Okay. Hit it, maestro. I got the world on a string, sitting on a rainbow. Got that string around my finger. What a world, what a life. I'm in love. I got a song that I sing. I can make the rain go anytime I move my finger. What a world, what a life. I'm in love. Life is a beautiful thing, long as I hold the string. I'd be a silly so and so if I should ever let go. I got the world on a string, sitting on a rainbow. Got that string around my finger. What a world, what a life. I'm in love. You know what? I'm a firm believer that we are never too young or too old to have our dreams realized. If there's something you want to do, a book you want to write, a place you want to go visit in the world, something you just got to do in this life, you go do it. You are unlimited. Life is a beautiful thing, long as I hold the string. I'd be a silly so and so if I should ever let go. I'll never let go. I got the world on a string, sitting on a rainbow. Got that string around my finger. What a world, what a life. I'm in love. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks. I get the couch.
Where did you grab those notes from?
Ooh, I sang a high C above C.
That was great, really great. So
you.
tell me, you did Torch Song.
Yes.
What else? Did you do another show on Broadway?
Oh, I did all kinds of shows, yes. I was the white sugar and bubbling brown sugar.
Oh, you were?
Yeah,
Oh, great,
did
okay.
that for a couple of years.
Yeah.
I got into long runs when I was doing shows.
Yeah,
I was
that's
very
good.
Blessed, very
Yeah.
blessed. And
Me
I did,
too, really. Because West Side was a year, 42nd Street was a year, getting my act together was 2 years. Yeah, I had long runs too.
So Bubbling was 2, Torch Song was 3.
Yeah.
I did the national tour, the first national tour of the Magic Show for 1 year.
Who'd you play?
So Donna, the dumb blonde, the one who helps the old
Is she the one that
magician.
sings Lion Tamer?
No. That's no. I'll bet you a million lira, honey. You're about to hear it. See you later if you ever heard one. Two's company and little
Oh,
lady
Two's
the
Company,
third
right.
one. Wave goodbye.
Oh, but
One of
do
those.
you also sing Solid Silver Platform Shoes?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
part of that song.
Yes. Good. Okay, cool. You probably all don't know that show. It was a show that Stephen Schwartz of Godspell, Wicked, Pippin fame wrote for the musician. What was his name?
Doug Henning.
Magician Doug Henning. It was great. It was a really cool show.
And I knew all the tricks and how they were done.
Were you ever
I had
cut in
to
half or
swear
anything?
I wouldn't tell.
Did you? Were you cut in half or anything?
No, that was someone else. That was Anita Morris. That was her.
Oh,
part.
Anita Morris, right?
Yeah,
That was her big first. Yeah.
Yes,
Big
yes,
deal.
it was. Grover Dale directed the show.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was a blessing. No, so I got into long runs. I did the show with on Broadway at the Amphitheater at the time called The Suicide, starring Derek Jacobi.
Oh.
So I was.
Doesn't
in that.
sound like a hit.
Well, we were a hit. You know, it was a Russian comedy at the time. Very interesting piece. I'm trying to think. There's some very famous people in it who went off to do lots of great stuff. I can't think of one name right now. But it was really interesting because Derek was the star of the show, and he was the ticket.
Of course,
the
yes.
one who pulled the tickets or draw the audience in. And his mother passed away. So he decided to go back to England to take care of that.
Yeah, sure.
And there was one producer. So she decided to close the show. No one told us. I go to the theater, which was the amphitheater again. I did 2 Broadway shows at that theater. I go to the theater and seeing dumpsters are set. And it's like, what? And I walked into the theater and they were tearing everything apart, our show. She closed the show without telling anybody.
Wow.
So that was like devastating.
That's devastating.
It was devastating.
Wow.
Because we rehearsed very hard for that. And it was a wonderful piece, very interesting.
Oh, yeah.
So-
the power of stardom.
Yes.
So what's next?
I knew you were going to ask that.
But you just did something last night. What did
Yeah,
you
I
do
did
last
something
night?
Yes, I did. I did a staged reading of Steel Magnolias. I played the role of Malin. Karen Needle happened to be there. And it was quite a role. Oh, my God, I just love doing it.
Isn't that the Sally Field role?
Yes, Sally
where she
Field
plays
role.
Sally Field?
Yes.
Yeah.
And she plays Sally Field. No, I don't know about that. But anyway, it's just to be an actor and to get the opportunity to do such a wonderful role
Yeah.
like that, and to have the emotional arc that it has and end up in that incredible monologue where, describing how her daughter passes and they pull the plug on her. And oh my God, it was like really a great workout. Because now as actors, if you're not actually doing a show, you're doing a lot of self-tapes. So being in your office, speaking to a ring light into your phone and doing a scene isn't quite the same as being on a stage and feeling the energy of the audience, and getting that feedback and that electrical feeling, and working on such a juicy role as Milan.
Yeah.
It was such a great opportunity.
Well, I am expecting great things in the future.
Thank you.
New projects, new musicals,
Well,
new
I'm doing
plays.
a new CD.
Yeah,
I'm working on
and
a
you
new
always
CD
do new
right
CDs,
now.
which is
I'm
great.
recording a
but I
lot.
see you back on Broadway, back doing something amazing.
Thank
you never
you.
know, right?
Yes. Thank
Give
you
it up
so
for
much.
Susan Edwards Martin.
Thank you. Send those dollars in.
Yes,
Pick up
keep
that
'em coming.
phone. Yes, thank you.
Darling, thank you so much.
So
Thank you.
welcome.
Yes,
Pleasure.
absolutely. Okay, so we're going to go from Broadway star to television star. Come on up, Kevin.
Well, you're going to need the room on the couch.
Yes. No, I'm not. Not right away.
Okay.
Yes. So this, it's interesting. I hadn't even thought about this, but on a week where we did not get our first female president, this woman was a first in so many ways, breaking glass ceilings for women, breaking glass ceilings for how women were paid at the time. This is a woman who is very famous in the world, certainly in California, also an acclaimed author. So please give it up so we can have a lovely conversation with the beautiful Kelly Lang. Here you go. You're
This
right
is
here.
the best couple I've ever known. Are they not?
Except for you and Jim.
Oh, well, we met at a Science of Mind church.
Yes,
you
we
know.
did.
Yes, we did.
But Jim's going to talk about David Walker. So, so Kelly, tell them who you are.
Kelly Lang,
Oh, no, but what? It was ABC,
NBC.
NBC.
Yes.
You were the anchor woman
Yes.
on NBC.
The first female co-anchor
with
for NBC in the country.
and who with? Who was your co-anchor?
Oh, boy, we had Tom Snyder, Tom Brokaw. I worked with all of the men. Yeah,
Yes, you did, and married a lot of them.
I did. Yeah. You really have to, you know.
I feel like Rose Lichter's back.
Yeah. But tell them the story of how you got your first job in the helicopter.
Oh, my. I cheated.
Okay.
Yeah. They had a contest in Southern California. In Southern California of the coverage area of ABC radio, which was from Santa Barbara to the Mexican border. No, Santa Barbara, to the Mexican border.
Yeah.
And they had, I had just moved to California from New York. I saw this. I was looking for work. I was a teacher. I had teacher's credentials. And I saw in the LA Times, there was an audition saying, come and be a ladybird. And they were interviewing women from all over that coverage area. Mm-hmm. And I went, got in line, big long line of women. And when I got in there, God, this is so long ago, I can't even remember it. When I got in there, they gave me a sheet of copy, and said, when you hear, they put a headset on me, pinned a number on my blouse, and said, when you hear in your ears, begin, then state your name and read this. So I stated my name, and I read this, and it was traffic on the Hollywood freeway is backed up, and it was very, very boring, you know? So when I got finished with it, reading it, I said to the lady who was dressed up in a spacesuit, I don't know why, I said, can I do this again? I could do a better job. And she said, no, everybody only gets one chance. And so, you know, she said, next. And then she looked at me, and I was brushing myself off. She threw me out of the trailer. And she said, and you, she said, don't try to come to one of our other areas, because that's against the rules too. So, of course, I did. You know, she gave me the idea. And but this time, I wrote my own copy, and I wrote it funny and fun.
Right.
Yeah. I made people sitting on top of their vans reading the newspaper because they weren't going anywhere. Because, you know, you don't go anywhere in rush hour traffic in the morning in L.A. And I changed my name so that they wouldn't know it was me, you know. I was cheating. And I changed it to Kelly, which is my daughter's name, and Lang, because my guy was Jim Lang from The Dating Game. You remember Jim Lang, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
You were dating him?
Oh, yeah. I was dating him. That's why I came to
You were
Cali-
dating the guy that hosted The Dating Game.
Yes, Jim Lang. He was my first guy. Yeah.
Humorous.
Kelly Lang, Jim Lang.
Jim
Get
Lang,
it?
okay.
Yeah. So anyway, I went in line this time. I went to a different place. I dressed differently. Put on, instead of pants, I wore a skirt and a hat on my head and hid my hair and used my phony name, Kelly Lang, right? And then on my way down, driving to the place, I memorized my speech. I memorized it so that when I got there, I said, "Good morning, I'm Kelly Lang, and here you are." And I was terrific because I knew it. You know, I was ready, and I won.
I still see
There
the
were
pictures.
thousands and thousands and
That
thousands.
picture of you in those days. I mean, you were this blonde bombshell with like this body that didn't.
Hey, so
quit.
were you.
Yeah.
Right?
I was too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I remember that picture when I saw that first picture of you. Yes. Can I tell them the funny story about your Hummer?
About my what?
Your Hummer.
Oh, dear. Yeah, that. It
So
was a great car.
I met Kelly because we went to the same church, Dr. David Walker's church in Los Angeles, and we knew. And Kelly, at that time, you were on the air at that time, so I was like starstruck of this Kelly Lang, because I was starstruck with you, with who was the swimmer, Esther Williams,
Esther Williams,
and
who-
also Barbara Baxley, who's the woman that was. Barbara Billingsley, Sid Sharif, all these old
Joanne Worley.
Worley,
Oh, yeah.
all these movie stars and actors would come in and we'd be like, oh, look at that. And so Kevin and I we had just pulled into a parking lot getting ready to go to church. And we're stepping towards the exit and we see this Hummer coming into the garage. And I'm looking at it going, this isn't good. That Hummer's not going to clear that. And just as I'm thinking the Hummer's not going to clear it,
What did I know?
everything, the light bulbs, the hood, everything's just scraping through everything. Pieces are being thrown all over but she just kept going. She kept driving and she got in the car, and Kevin and I are now on the street with our mouths like.
Well, we scrambled to pick up the pieces.
We
'cause-
did help.
No, I mean, it's.
But then
wasn't
Kelly just gets out. She walks. We were like, she goes, they give these things to me to ride. It's their problem. And she kept walking.
They did give me the car you had to try out.
Yes.
Yeah, and I called them and they said, well, how was it? Did you enjoy our Hummer? And I said, well, yes, it's fun, but I did have a little problem with it. And of course it was destroyed. And, but, I have lived Science of Mind all my life. you know, and I expect the best.
Yes.
And the woman said, you know, I've been trying to tell them the car is too tall.
Too tall.
Yes.
Yeah, it was too tall.
Because you pulled into a garage that had the standard 8-foot height limit, but
Yeah.
by the time those fog lights or whatever all that crap is on top of a Hummer, you went over the height limit. I wouldn't have
Yeah,
known
and
it
of
either.
course I'm always late, so I was driving fast, boom, and the whole top came off. You remember better than I do.
But
yeah.
I did love it because you were so clear, and we were standing there holding things that came off your car, and you were just like, throw them in the back, and you just kept walking.
We all made it to church on time?
Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing bothers me. I don't allow anything to bother me, including the election last week.
Okay,
Hey.
it was this week.
This week, yeah. Well, it was Saturday, yeah.
Yeah,
It was
it's
Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah.
It was this week.
Yes.
What is this week anyway? I know. But, you know, I'd been treating for divine right action
Yes,
for a long time.
no matter how you look at it,
There
divine
has
right
to be
action is what
something
happened.
good coming out of this,
Of
right?
course,
It
yes.
has to be.
Exactly.
But let's be clear, because I don't want to have a political discussion today.
No.
But we have to also, half the country thinks something good already came out of this.
Yes, indeed.
So Kevin's saying we can be kind before this, saying that our only job now is to reach out to one another and get back to being a one country and not having such a divisive country. So I've moved into Operation Kindness, not what happened. I was there for a while, as many people were, I'm sure, but I love all of my fellow neighbors, and I don't care I do care who they voted for, but it's just not my place.
Not your job.
Yeah.
No.
So we're gonna bring up is he your husband, or are you just living in sin?
Oh, we're living in sin, yes. And you know, our first date was at a concert with at Susan Edwards Martin. And I always call her Susan Bennis Edwards Martin and Lewis because she has so many names.
I know.
Yeah.
Somebody said last night, it was Thor. What did you say, Thor?
We always have to call her Susan Edwards Martin.
Yes. No, he said, do you think the world, you said something like, do you think the world would fall apart if we didn't say Susan Edwards Martin?
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was Thor, yes. So we met at the Science of Mind, and my mentor, my teacher, my only teacher of the Science of Mind, by the way,
Dr. Walker.
I went through everything with him. I went through my Science of Mind 100, Science of Mind 200. He taught me to be a practitioner. He taught me to be a minister. And then I went out on my own. So it was all him. I blame him for all of this.
Wonderful man.
So let's bring up practitioner emeritus Jim Evering. You good?
James
place,
Evering.
sir.
So Jim, have a seat there. Yeah, Kev, you can stay. Just sit on the other end.
Yes.
Kevin, right there.
So, yeah.
There you go.
Ready? Most
Need all
uncomfortable
the help
couch
I
in the
can
world.
get.
You can sit there for 5 minutes. Yes. Do you want this chair? I'll sit there. No. So, Jim,
Yes,
use the mic on your mouth.
I will.
Okay, good. So tell them, I just wanted a little bit of story about David Walker.
David Walker, actually, I knew David as a performer.
As a Las Vegas singer, right?
He was a Las Vegas singer. And I knew him, he came to our improv group. We did an improv group, and so I knew him from that. And he used to do shows, but he was always there at the Hollywood Theater.
Right.
The Hollywood,
Dr. Bitzer.
Dr. Bitzer. And I was never a big Bitzer fan at the time. Now I understand him. Now I
And so you understand the history. Ernest Holmes taught Robert Bitzer.
Right.
Robert Bitzer taught David Walker. David Walker taught me.
Yeah.
And I taught everybody else.
and me. 'Cause
And
we
you.
were together to get.
Yes, we
in
were
all those
together there.
classes, but
And you know what?
You
I-
made good.
I didn't even say who you are. This is a very talented, lauded writer. He has written. Tell them some of the things you've written on
Well,
TV.
I wrote Mama's Family, and you know.
You all know Mama's
Major
Family, Carol
Dad.
Burnett, Major
I
Dad.
worked with Dolly Parton and of course Carol Burnett and all the gang. It's been a whole life.
And
I
you have a
started
new
as an
movie.
actor originally,
You started out as an actor,
Yeah.
and you have a new movie now.
and I have a movie, and we have people who are giving us our dollars.
Good.
We got two people that are working, trying to talk us into becoming, getting the money from them.
Great.
So we're doing really well, and I'm
That's
very
awesome.
excited about that.
Very awesome.
Because you know, things happen. We still work. We're still here after all these years. But David, the whole idea of Science of Mind is the reason that I started acting. It's the reason I started writing. It's the reason I directed. As a matter of fact, I was directing on Major Dad. I was supposed to direct that year, and I thought, I don't know, I'm really scared, because I'd never done it, really, and I thought, I think I can do this well, but I better go to see David. So I came to the church, and that day, everything he said was exactly what I needed. Every word was directly to me. You know, that happens to us.
Brilliant.
When we need it, and we make the decision and we move into it, it's there for us.
Yep.
And that's what it happened to me then. And I thought, I have to come here all the time now, because I was busy, you know, and I would go occasionally. But that one, I said, this is for me. So I went in. I had a fantastic experience directing the show.
Great.
In fact, if we had gone on, it would have been great for me, because
You know,
I love directing.
It's funny. So many people think they come to a center like this when things are problematic. They come here when things are going badly. But what they don't get is that if you come and learn the philosophy and really learn what this is all about, you won't have those moments. I went to see David one day. I drove over to Wilshire Boulevard to go to his office, and Kevin and I were having financial issues because we were two actors who, I don't think we had bought our house yet at all, but we were two actors, and we didn't have any jobs coming up. So I went over to David, and I was probably just complaining about the business and agents and acting in Los Angeles and all the stuff that now actors do to me, and I have no patience for. And so I was telling him this, and he went, James, do you know what your problem is? In my head, I'm like, which one? And I'm like, no, what? And he said, you still think that money comes from working. And I was like, well, where the hell else is it coming from? And he said, money is your godsend. You are prosperous. Once you get that, you will stop thinking that you have to go out and, thank you, Flashdance, work hard for the money. That's not what this is all about. From that moment on, my finances changed drastically. Drastically.
Wonderful.
So interesting. And Dr. Walker always told us, tip well, even when you don't have the money.
Yep.
Spread it around. Keep the economy going. Act as if.
Yeah.
If you don't have it,
Speaking
act
of that,
as if
Kelly,
you do.
talk to our audience about giving for today.
Yes. Yeah.
Tip well.
No, it's true. It's true. The more you, it comes back to you multiplied abundantly.
Yes.
Right? The more you give, the more you get. In every way, not just money.
And that's not just a Christian slogan for people to get people's money. It's a quantum understanding. It's a quantum scientific fact that energy is constantly expanding. Energy, when you focus your attention, you expand things. So that's about giving. And I've always been like that. I remember about 5 years ago, was it? No, 10 years ago, when Edwene Gaines, the famous Edwene Gaines, the woman that travels the world teaching prosperity consciousness, came to our center, and she turned to me at one point and she said, do you tithe? And I was like, well, not technically. She goes, no, then what? Then why? I said, well, I just don't believe in that Christian stuff of tithing and stuff. She goes, so what do you give? And I said, oh, I give very, very healthfully. And I told her how I gave, and she said, try tithing, tell me what happens. And I went, all right. So I did, just because I wanted to prove her wrong, sort of, and go, it's no different. And frankly, I said, if I tithe, I might give less, because if tithing is really based on what I'm making. I've never stopped tithing ever since. And now I'm up to 20%. But the more I give, the more I receive, because
Always
my
that way.
mindset, because my energy is there.
It's
So when
not
you're
only
thinking
money.
right now about giving,
You know, the more love you give, the more you receive.
yes,
The more anything that you give,
the more
you receive.
angst you give, the more angst you receive.
That's true.
Yes.
If you want to put it the other way, of course. You know.
So can you tell us, in our final moments here, about your new book?
Oh.
First of all, you
yes,
have, how many books have you published?
6.
Yeah.
But this one, and it'll be coming out soon. The heroine, I write mysteries, murder mysteries, because I always would get home from work late, after the 11 o'clock news, and it'd be 2 in the morning, and I couldn't sleep because I'm still wired. After you do a show, you're wired. So I would read mysteries, and I loved them.
Well, that's why you married Billy Friedkin.
I did marry Billy Friedkin,
Because Billy Friedkin directed The Exorcist.
The Exorcist,
one of
and,
the scariest
French
movies.
Connection.
French Connection.
Yeah, he was terrific. We had a good marriage, but I wasn't able to go longer than 4 years at the time with anybody until I met this guy. But
how many
Billy
years
and
has
I
it been now?
7 years now.
We're in our
7.
8th year.
Jim, 8th year.
Yeah.
It's time for the itch.
And when it came around to 4 years, he kept looking at his watch saying, how much time do I have?
Wait, didn't you also date
I dated everybody, James. Please, do we have to go there?
Yeah, we don't really need to hear that.
I would invite everybody that I wanted to.
oh my God, I can't think of his name. Oh.
Neither can I. Don't worry, and I'm the one who dated him, whoever he is. Yeah, so don't worry about that.
Warren Beatty.
Oh, Warren, everybody dated. Back in the day, if you two and you two and you two. See, if you didn't.
right.
If you
Me
didn't
too,
go out
actually.
with, that's right, you too, right?
You
And
dated
also
Warren
Kevin.
Beatty too?
Yeah,
Wow.
just
Yeah.
once.
If you didn't go out with Warren Beatty, you weren't anybody. Really, everybody went out with Warren Beatty. And then finally, when he got to be about 104, he settled down, right?
No, he's not. He's not much older than me.
Got it out of his system. Yeah.
Yes. So your book.
Oh, my book, yeah. See, so anyway, my heroine this time, my sleuth, is she's a no, wait a minute, what is she? She's not a television news person this time. She's a designer. Yeah, she's a designer. And
Did she get murdered?
you're helping me remember what I wrote. Yeah.
It's just
she's-
now being published.
She's murdered, and she's pissed off about that because she's 32 years old. She's beautiful, and she's busy. She's got a design business, and
Oh wait,
she's
do you let
got
her
a
speak?
wonderful husband.
Does she speak from the dead?
Yeah.
Oh,
She
great.
has a wonderful husband, and
She solves her
She solves her own mystery from the
that's
grave.
Her task. She finds out that she's going to have, and but she's so pissed off that she's dead because she's busy. She's I don't have time to be dead. I've got a meeting in the morning at Paramount. She's designing a set.
Very true.
Yeah, and
Very
she
true.
keeps complaining and bitching and telling her guide, and she says, they made a terrible mistake. I'm 32 years old. And he said, they don't make mistakes like that. And she says, what about Lazarus? And he says, okay, once. And stuff like that. It goes on. And her task is she has to solve her own murder.
Oh, wow.
Her murder.
I can't wait to read it.
Well,
it sounds great.
The title I stole from Paul Horner, our wonderful piano player. The title is "You're Dead, Get Over It." Yeah.
Who would read that? I would too. I would too. None of the Kirby's family. They're like, no.
You're going
we don't.
to. We'll
No,
all
they'll all
read
read it.
I tell you
gonna
what,
read it.
when it comes
Kiva,
out,
you're not reading it.
when it comes out, I'll bring some books up here. We'll sell them, and you'll get all of the profits. How
Great.
about that?
I'm good with
because
that.
You've got to give to this center. These two guys, James and Kevin, work so hard. Nobody works, even Dr. Walker, nobody works as hard as you two do.
Thank you.
To do
Thank you.
everything for
Yes.
the congregation and for the science of
Yes.
mind.
Taking
and
this
it
to
takes
the
money.
taking this to the next step, and it does take money. Yes.
It takes money, and
Yes.
and Dr. Walker taught you how to spend it, and you do, right? But you need it to keep this
Yes,
wonderful center
totally.
going. So
So give.
Ante up. Well, I want to
Ante
say
up, yeah.
thank you to both of you. Can we give it up for Kelly Lang and Jim Everett?
God bless.
Thank you, you guys. That was so sweet of you to come out of your house for today. Love you.
Love you too.
Here, let me help you down.
See you on Sunday. Somebody help me down.
Yes,
again.
good. Okay, so we're going to go to the other end of the spectrum now. Let me set this up out here. So, a very interesting thing happened. Most of you know that I have done the musical Jesus Christ Superstar, and I always talk about that moment when, with the lepers,
where that, see my eyes, I can hardly see my, and then, like 40 people are climbing all over the stage, and then they get on me, and I disappear in all of their hands and then everything until I say, heal thyself, and then they all fall away, and I get faint, and I fall down, and Mary Magdalene catches me, and then she lays me down, and as the music starts, and she sings, I Don't Know How to Love Him, and I'm supposedly asleep. But once in Chicago, I was never asleep. I was acting that I was asleep. But I was laying there, and she started singing, I Don't Know How to Love Him, and I started crying because I realized I no longer knew how to love him. I no longer had my feeling I had with God and Jesus, and because I'd gone into new thought, and there was a void there. I was like, okay, so if there's not a God, if Jesus wasn't really, my Savior, which I grew up with Catholic, where am I? And I had this existential awakening, laying on stage in front of 2,000 people while Miss America, or whatever, she was Miss Oklahoma or something, was singing I Don't Know How to Love Him. And I remember when the song was over, I literally was like, where are we in the show? What do I do next? And then the music came on and I knew exactly where I was. So, friend of mine, Josh Ryan, actor, director, producer, sent me a video of his son, Felix Ryan, singing I Don't Know How to Love Him at, I don't know, it was at school or some event, and it was phenomenal. And I have somehow managed to bring this so to go from Kelly Lang to Felix Ryan is the perfect bookend. So come on up, Felix. Let's make sure that the mic is where you want it. Hold on.
That's about right.
Is that good?
I think so.
Okay, are you ready? How do you feel?
Pretty good. It's been a long day. It's going to be longer.
Because you were in rehearsal today for something.
Yes, I was in rehearsal.
What are you in rehearsal for?
I'm in rehearsal for Much Ado About Nothing right now.
We talked about that earlier. And you're playing Benedict.
Yes, I am.
Your voice is like so present.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Okay, Felix Ryan.
Thank you. I don't know how to love him, what to do, how to move him. I've been changed, yes, really changed in these past few days. When I've seen myself, I seem like someone else. I don't know how to take this. I don't see why he moves me. He's a man. He's just a man. And I've had so many men before in very many ways. He's just one more. Should I bring him down? Should I scream and shout? Should I speak of love? Let my feelings out. I never thought I'd come to this. What's it all about? just couldn't cope. I'd turn my head, I'd back away. I wouldn't want to know. He scares me so. I want him so. I love him so.
Oh, that was amazing. So amazing. Sorry, Swan. Take that from me. How do you
Hello.
feel?
I feel pretty good. Felt shorter than it used to. I'm not gonna lie.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I feel like the last few times that I've done that song, it just felt like it was really long. If that makes sense. I don't
Yeah,
know
it
if it
does.
does.
What are you thinking about when you're singing it?
I mainly this is kind of like I kind of go out of myself, I guess, and I kind of just think, not really in the sense of a character, as I'm not playing Mary Magdalene right now, but what I kind of think about is I kind of just get into the emotion of it, I guess, is where I find myself at least, and I just kind of like just get in a different headspace for me myself, and I kind of think about my past experiences, and I kind of tap into that.
That's great. You know, I've known you now for 8 years. How old are you?
I'm 15.
So I've known you since you were 7.
Yeah, that's pretty long.
Right.
Yes.
You and your little brother, remember? You guys would come up here at the end of service, and he would like crawl all over the stage.
Yeah, he still does that.
Yeah, I know he does. It's amazing watching you transform
Thank you.
and become who you are. And the courage to be who you are, and now to take that into acting. I mean, you want that for your life, right?
Yes, I do.
And I don't see why not. Do you?
No, I don't see why not.
Right. You just have to know who you are, believe who you are, and go out there and let them see what you can do.
I agree.
So you ready to do that?
I think so.
So we should all just prepare for the coming days of Felix Ryan and the
yes.
big career you're going to have.
Oh, it's going to be gigantic.
And you mean that?
Yes, I mean that.
Okay, everybody, Felix Ryan.
Thank you.
Great. Okay. Swan, don't you have a song for us? Oh. No? Okay, no, you don't have to. It's fine. Yes, we're going to sing it from there? Leave my mic on. Yes, good. Okay, while we're stopped, Kevin, come on up here for a minute. So, we're getting close to the end of the show. We have our guest appearance at the end of the show. I was supposed to show you something, which I will do right now, so take over for 1 second.
All right. I think Swan's coming right on up.
Go ahead, let
so-
Swan set up. You're good there.
Come on up, Swan, and you start to set up. As we round the corner on our last 15 minutes here, we have 2 wonderful musical guests yet to finish up with. Swan will be the first.
I have to set it up. Okay, go ahead. You get ready, Swan. I'm going to... So, these are the last 15 minutes of the show. This is the outfit Kevin bought me for my birthday, my 70th birthday, which I am willing to put on and model for you all today for a lot of extra contributions at the end of this telethon. So I'm just going to put this here.
But you're being so vague, there's no way to know what that is.
What is?
A lot of extra.
Well, I don't know. Where are we?
I mean...
I know there's someone who's ready to give $5,000 for me to wear this.
That would be a lot of
I know
extra.
there's another person ready to give $1,000 for me to put this on. Thor, where are we with our telethon?
Right now, we are at $2,800 plus.
Okay, so that will take us to 10, which is what we need to get to, $10,000. So I'm holding this here. We have something to talk about that momentarily. Back to you, Swan.
I'm going to step
Go
down.
ahead. Yeah, good. It's right there. Oh, where's your mic? Oh. Yes, there it is. Okay.
Thank Thank you so much. Hello, GTC, what's up? Hi. My palms are so sweaty. Oh boy, hi. So most of you know me as the attractive trans person who runs the sound. I also perform. I'm extremely talented and charismatic and modest. We're gonna do our best here. I hope I can be heard over this. Let's just...
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, baby. Hey now, look out. Okay. It's Saturday. Woo! I love this center, and I'm going to pretend to play a song for 10 minutes, and I'm just going to keep vamping for 10 minutes. I'm just
No,
joking.
you've only got 3, but go ahead.
I have 3 minutes. Okay, here's a song I wrote over the course of the last, 5 years. It's sort of about how radical change can feel like falling in love. So how about that? That's a good one. Okay. I'm going to be really good at this, so here we go. Hey, so that's your name. But what about your face? No, not yet. We've got so much time. As much as we want left. Friends say I have changed. Ask them how I changed, and they name a few ways they remember how it might have been in the past. Back when we kept score of who could keep more, but the bodies were repairing. The system is throwing up. Whoa. Catch a blaze in the sky, feel the wonderful ride over you. The requirement changed and the power returned to the true. Feel the reckoning, together we bring on a brand new way. No more doomsday night, paranoia relied on a fool. And her trauma may try propaganda to lie, so be cool. If you see a light coming out, don't fight, just say, hey. And that's the game. Are we done with this place? No, not yet. No, 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 we've still got so much time. As much as we want left. Friends say they can change. Ask them how they'll change, and they name a few ways to be better, but the promise ought to last. Otherwise, keep score of who can keep more, but the paradigm's shifting. This epoch is growing up. Catch a blaze in the sky, and a wonder will ride over you. The requirement changed and the power returned to the true. Feel the reckoning, together we bring on a brand new way. No more doomsday night, paranoia no longer a tool. And our trauma may try propaganda to lie, so be cool. If you see a light coming out, don't fight, just say, hey. Thank you so much.
Awesome. I love that. If you see a light coming out, just say, hey. Hey. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you, Swan. Where are the microphones that were up here? How did we lose all of our... Oh, here it is. Here it is. I got one. I got this one. 1, 2. This is on. Okay.
I'm never going to say your name right. So, no, I'm just going to say EL. I will say EL. So hold on. So this was made by an amazing singer, actor who has an amazing resume, has done a number of shows with us that I was graced to be able to direct him. But please welcome EL Losada. Wait, you didn't bring your stuff up.
Oh, should I get it now?
Go get, yes. Okay, we'll do that again. No, because he has to bring up. So he started making these clothes. He showed up in one. He's going to bring them up here and show them to you and how he makes them. He showed up in one at a party or at an event we were at, and every jaw dropped from what you were wearing. So, first of all, tell them who you are, EL.
Hi, everyone. My name is EL Losada. That's the professional.
But how do you say your first name, really?
Euriamis.
Euriamis.
Well, in Spanish, it's
Cuban.
Euriamis. I was born in Cuba, but it's not a Cuban name. It's a hybrid made-up name that my grandmother invented of Eurialo, which is my father's middle name, which is a Greek name, and Aramis from the Three Musketeers. So Eurialo and Aramis makes Euriamis.
Oh, they made that up?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
My grandmother invented it. I don't know why, but she got to pick, and that's what she picked.
Okay, great. That's why we call you EL.
That's why everybody calls me EL. Professionally, I go by EL. And this...
so, yeah, I'll hold them if you want.
Yeah, sure. Stuck.
So what made you start doing this? This is crochet
It's
or
all
knitting?
crochet.
It's
yeah,
all
it's
crochet.
just crochet. I only know how to crochet. I've known how to crochet for 2 decades. And I just kind of started creating stuff just for my
that's cool.
It started off with scarves. That's kind of how I was just like inventing different patterns of scarves and stuff, and people started buying them from me, and I was like, well, I'm a struggling actor with sometimes work is great, sometimes work is not. So I started creating these pieces and started creating more and more stuff, and kind of became more and more ornate. This is actually a commission that I'll be actually tomorrow. I'm going to hand that out. I'm going to give that guy.
This is gorgeous. You know, Rose Lichter would love this.
She would wear the shit out of it.
She would totally, yes.
The crap out of it.
She would love this.
Totally.
Virgil's on it, right? Okay. This is one I made for the Bend, Oregon Film Festival. It has pockets. I'm obsessed.
Oh wow! Oh, look at that. Oh wait, I want to put that on. Can I put it on?
Put it on, absolutely.
Yeah.
Model it for us, please. It actually matches what you're wearing.
It kind of does with the shoes and the. Okay. Wow.
A girl named Gina Montet. She lives in Miami. She taught me when I was on.
I would totally wear this.
When
How's
I was.
this look, Kev?
How does that look?
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, turn her around. Turn her around. Give him a sword. Yeah, look at that. I mean, it always makes the butt look nice.
It does.
Yeah.
It feels nice.
That's a gift. That's a gift that I give.
Yes, you do, because this also makes the butt look amazing.
I put a lot of work into to give the shape.
How
so that
did you know my size, though?
You're bragging. You're bragging. Now you're bragging. You're just bragging. No, that's fine. I don't have a problem telling them, because when he commissioned just the shorts, actually, and he was like, well, I was talking to him about the different shorts that I have. He didn't know that I was going to do it, and he's like, well, I want the short ones. Yes, I want some cute little short ones. I was like, oh, okay, all right. And then because I love them both so much, I was like, I'm going to go a little above and beyond. So I made them the 2-piece. And I had specifically talked to him about. He's like, what? I was like, what waist size are you? He's like, I'm a 30. He was very, very proud to be a 30, so I actually used myself as the model for all of your pieces.
Are you a 30?
Yeah.
No, you're a 29.
Oh, no. Thank you for thinking, but no, I'm a 30.
You're a
sure.
30,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So, yeah, we look very similar.
Yeah, I actually...
We're only separated by about 40 years, 30 years.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah, okay,
That's 50, 60, who knows how many years.
Yeah.
But
Not
I actually
that many.
put on your piece. I put it on.
You put it on?
And I did a concert in it just to see how it works.
How did it work?
Everybody talked to me about it. Everybody was like, "What? I didn't want to wear the shorts. No, that was too much. That was way
you
too.
wore the. You wore the.
I wore
sweater.
just the top.
You couldn't sing in that. That'd be too distracting.
Right. Right. So I didn't. It was
It was Bells.
The leg.
He showed up at Bells Are Swinging in an entire crocheted outfit, and
I was walking out in the lobby and I was like, what is going on? I mean, there was such a buzz and everybody's like talking and I look in the corner and there's EL in this crocheted outfit and I was like, oh, that's what's upstaging the evening. Yeah. And I was like, my God, where did you? And then the rest is history.
And now he has his very own. So
I do have my very own. Yeah. So I'm waiting to hear if people have contributed. Did we get any big contributions there, Thor?
I am looking at the computer, and we have some contributions, but so far, I think maybe people are waiting to see like a little modeling of it before they make a decision.
Just so you all know, this would be worn without a shirt underneath.
I'm going to wear it without a shirt.
Why it has the button, because it is the top. So it would just be the top and the bottom. And he can wear those with or without underwear. That's up to him. I don't know. It's up to you.
Yeah, I think they all know I will be choosing to undergarment it. Yes.
He doesn't have to, though.
Today. Yes. Today. Maybe not when I go out at night, but, we'll see what happens. Right. So what I'm going to do is... I already know the 5,000's coming in, so I have to do this because I already agreed to it. Yes. So I'm going to go off and squeeze into this while you show them the other talent you have, the amazing talent you have. So let me, where would you like to do it?
It's up to you whether you want to stand center and do a handheld.
You want to stand center, do a handheld, or do you want the stand?
I'll do a handheld. That's
Great,
fine.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So then I will go off. And please enjoy what you're about to hear.
This is the moment. This is the day when I send all my doubts and demons on their way. Every endeavor I have made ever is coming into play, is here and now, today. This is the moment, this is the time when the momentum and the moment are in rhyme. Give me this moment, this precious chance. I'll gather up my past and make some sense at last. This is the moment when all I've done, all of the dreaming, scheming and screaming become one. This is the day. See it sparkle and shine when all I've lived for becomes mine. For all these years I faced the world alone, and now the time has come to prove to them I've made it on my own. This is the moment, my final day. Destiny beckoned, I never reckoned second best. I won't look down, I must not fall. This is the moment, the sweetest moment of them all. This is the moment, damn all the odds. This day or never, I sit forever with the gods. When I look back, I will always recall, moment for moment, this was the moment, the greatest moment of them all. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I gotta say, E.L. Lozano, everyone. Thank you so much. I love you. Just have a seat with me for a second while
we wait for the big reveal.
While we wait for the big reveal here.
The big moment.
Many of you saw. We were working on Margaret's musical, right? Was that? I mean,
yeah, the Kennedy. That's where it all started. That's
the Rosemary Kennedy musical that many of you have seen over the years that we were working on, and you blessed us with your talents for that over many moons, and also you were happily in a couple of other reading projects and things like that. So
you guys can't get rid of me.
No,
that's the problem. I just keep bothering them.
Stuck with us now. So anyway, I know James really. He's changing, but I feel like I can happily say that we wanted you to close us out on our telethon. And now I will bring to the stage Reverend Dr. James Mellon modeling one of EL's original ensembles here.
Yes!
Yes?
So
Pretty good, huh?
it is so sexy. Yeah. So
I think that's pretty good.
Jesus.
And you don't have to have the button on.
Yeah, he wanted to show off the abs. That's what he wanted.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Very, very nice.
So how great does the butt look? I just want to just
Oh, the butt looks great.
how great does
So that'll look so great on our Greek cruise next summer.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Well, thank you, everybody.
All right, well, this is here.
This is you. Yes, and it has. I have my mic on.
Great.
Yes, and it has pockets.
So we can wrap this up.
Yes. Yes. So, guys, if you were in the telethon today, please come up on stage.
Are you going to announce the last numbers?
I am. Thor.
So with,
Yeah, you hold that.
with
'Cause you'll know
the $5,000 that you mentioned,
And another one, too.
and another, oh, okay, don't know about that.
Thank
we
you.
raised today a total of $8,912.
Thank you.
Okay. Does everybody have a microphone that needs one? Susan, do you have one?
What are we singing?
There's no business like show business. Oh, you've got it. Great.
Have the words.
Nope. Just make them up. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for being here and doing this today. Thank you for making me my outfit. Yes, I've been at the gym all week knowing this was going to happen. Okay. Thank you, Robbie Gilman.
Grab that microphone.
Okay, we're going to go out on a song and hit it, Robbie. Do you know these lyrics?
There's no business like show business, like no business I know. Everything about it is appealing. Everything the traffic will allow. Nowhere can you get that happy feeling when you are stealing that extra bow. There's no people like show people. They smile when they are low. Yesterday they told you you would not go far. That night you opened and there you are. Next day on your dressing room they piled a star. Let's go on with the show.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. You got to run.
I gotta run.
You got to run. You have a show.
I have a show today.
Thank you, everyone. I know. Do you want to look at it? I know, right? Isn't it great?